Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Laura, connecting the dots, truth bombs. This is where I come in 5 minutes and just kind of give you something to think about. So, what do you got going on in your life? How healthy are you? How healthy are your children? If you sat down and did a reflection, hopefully you're actually hearing this in January of 2026. What we always think about when it comes to a new year, number one is health. So let's ask about health. What have you done to ensure your own personal health? And this is something I think is very important, that we really take responsibility for our own well-being. And there's so many things that are supporting us in going in that direction. We should always be able to make a decision about what goes in our body and what doesn't go in our body. I think it's very exciting that a little while ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, the Hep vaccine was taken off as a required vaccine for a newborn. I don't think it ever made any sense. However, doesn't mean you can't decide to do that. But as much as you want to do it, some people don't want to do it. And I don't think we should have any kind of problem with that. So I think it's important that we look at the rest of our health. What are we putting inside? I just did a podcast on a lab test that we are offering here at Connect My Brain. It is a genomic test, which is a personal blueprint about you. It's not genetics. Genetics are chromosomes that are passed between mom and dad. These are sequencings that have variances inside of you. And we know what they do. And some ones that I really want to call your attention to have to do with vitamin D. I have seen repetitively that particular vitamin seems to be low, but also the power of conversion is also low in many children. Even if you have your child outside. Go back to the truth bomb that I did previously about look up at the sky. It is important to realize that we may not be getting everything we think that we're getting. The other one that's coming up quite often is inflammatory markers. So this means that your body is truly fighting against you. And there's numerous inflammatory markers. So it's not just one. You could think that you are working on something that's keeping that inflammation down, but you could have a sequence that is holding you back. And without data, you don't know your personal story. The great part about this test, genomics can be changed. Your eye color, your hair color, the chromosome, no. But your genomics, your blueprint, you can change it. In fact, we've been looking at very little ones here to try to understand why things derailed in their development. And their genomic test matched them completely. The beauty is, I've recommended to the parents, do it again in about 5 or 6 years. If you are doing everything that we are telling you to do, you should expect change. Let's get into data that actually recognizes who we are, what we need, and then the greatest part, it gives you the specific direction to follow. It will actually lead us in the direction to tell you what supplements will work for you. It'll also lead us in the direction, if you do need any medication, what medications will work for you. I've brought that up before and people say, oh, I've already had a genetic test. I'm not talking genetics. I'm talking genomics. What is your blueprint? Let's check it out. Be blessed.